Hey, what's up guys? Matt Laidlaw here. So I've been telling you for a while that I'm going to be starting a new series or playlist that is basically going to go over everything on the infotainment system. To kind of give you guys a tutorial about all the functionality of the infotainment system. This year in the 2018 model year, Harley-Davidson announced their new wireless headset interface module, which I installed on my 2018 Street Glide Special. But I've been using their infotainment system, 6.5-inch screen now, for about 5 years. I started using it when I bought my 2014 Street Glide Special in the sand camo denim. Many of you guys have seen my bike, but I've been using this system and this screen almost daily since Harley-Davidson first launched it. So instead of just jumping right into the wireless headset interface module, I wanted to do kind of a series of videos explaining my different settings and how I use this system, and it'll maybe give you guys a better idea of what it's capable on this system, because I think a lot of people that own these bikes don't get anywhere near the full capability out of these systems, and I don't even use all the things that are available in these systems. So let me walk you through a few things. I'm going to start off this first video with just kind of some basic settings on how I set up my system and some common things that I use every day. Okay, so one thing I always recommend to everybody is a battery tender. If you're going to be in your garage for a long time messing around with your screen, you should always have your bike hooked up to a battery tender and have it plugged in here. I have had a lot of horror stories from customers of mine that have gone into the garage and messed around with their system for a long time, and they forget that while they're messing around with their radio, the battery is being drained of its energy, and then they go to get on their bike after they've programmed their phone or whatever, and they find that they have a dead battery and they're out of luck as far as starting their bike up. So the other thing I do here is I do 2 clicks clockwise. 1 click is ignition, the other one is going to be accessory only. Again, less draw on the battery when you do it that way. And the first thing I always recommend to everybody is just pairing the system with your phone. Home, setup, Bluetooth setup, list pair devices, add new device. Now it's going to search for a phone. So I'm going to be using an iPhone here, guys. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in your settings, and you're going to want to make sure you click on Bluetooth, that your Bluetooth is on. So as soon as I did that, it recognized Matt's iPhone 7. So I'm going to click that. Now it's going to ask me on my phone if it's okay to pair. And I'm going to hit yes, pair. And I'm going to say yes, the pin matches. Pairing successful. Now, setting an emergency number, I'm going to put no, but you can basically set an emergency number if you want to click a button to dial 911 really quickly. But yeah, I'm not going to do that for purposes of this video right now. So once you have your phone Bluetooth to your bike now, you can pretty much, whenever you get on your bike to right away, it's always going to be connected automatically. So you never have to worry about that again. Now the next thing you can do is you can go to your communications, and if you go phone, you can go contacts, and it will sync all your contacts. Refresh your phone book. Now it's sending all the contacts from my phone book from my phone over to the system here. Okay, so now I have all my contacts in here. Okay, now what you can do as well, now that my phone's paired, I can go to media and click on my phone, and I can play whatever song is being played on my phone. I've mounted my phone on my crash bar. Now if I were to play a song,
I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation.
So you can play your songs like that. So I use that a lot, guys. So whenever I'm riding my bike, I usually will go to media and I'll play music wirelessly from my phone to my infotainment system. Now, the other thing you can do with media is hook up a flash drive to this here. You can also hook up your phone to this. I rarely, guys, will hook up my phone to this and put it in here. For one, I find with a 7 Plus iPhone, it doesn't fit very well, especially with a big case like I have on my phone to protect it. What I typically do here is I'll take a flash drive, I'll load music on it, and I'll plug it in here. That way I always just can have the music available there, and I don't have to worry about taking my phone in and out of this compartment all the time. Either that, I'll just stream it off of my phone. However, I will say you have more functionality when a flash drive is plugged in here or your phone is plugged in here. You can see like album art, and you can scroll around to the different artists on your system. A lot more. It's a lot easier to find different artists and things when you're plugged in here. Of course, it looks like I can do it pretty good here as well. I get a lot of questions about how the different volumes and everything work on this as well. So there's a couple things here, guys. Let me take you to an important menu. You go Setup, and then you go Speaker Headsets. Okay, this right here is how I run my bike. So you basically get to choose if you want these three things. The music, so music, media, that's what we were just messing with. Communication is going to be like a phone call if someone calls you on the phone. Prompts are going to be if you have the navigation prompting you where to go. So this is how I like to run mine. I like my music to come through my speakers. You have these really nice speakers that you've paid a lot of money for, especially the guys that do like a boom audio stage 2, and you're going to want your music coming through your speakers. Some guys like to do the headphones when you're going real fast on the highway, but I find that coming out of your speakers is the best. So communication, like your phone calls and like intercom, I prefer that to come through the headset. And then prompts as well, the navigation, I prefer that to come through the headset as well. The thing that's nice about this system and integrating your music with this system is your music will die down when you get either of these two things, a communication or a prompt. Your music will die down and you'll be able to hear clearly someone either calling you or the navigation person coming in. So this is how I set mine up, guys, and that's kind of my preference there. By the way, the screen right now is set up in high contrast mode, and this is not commonly known by very many people, but to enter high contrast mode, you hold this I button down. You hold the I button down for about 5 seconds. It goes into normal colors again. Now, to switch your color on your screen, let me go back to home just so everybody knows where I'm at. Go to Setup. Go Display. Sorry, I passed that once. And go Colors. Now you go Background Color. So now you can pick the color of your background here. So some people kind of like to match their bike. You can do whatever. But since white matches my bike, I usually run my bike in the high contrast colors. There we go. So this is a nice thing to do when it's really bright outside and you're having a hard time seeing your screen. Hold down that I button and you'll enter into high contrast mode. So here's another thing I like to do. Screen brightness. I don't like automatic. You can turn on automatic and it will kind of like dim or brighten up as it sees fit. I don't prefer that. I like to run it just on manual and then just adjust the brightness as I see fit. I run it about right there. I find that sometimes when you start your bike, the sensor or whatever doesn't really make the screen acclimate properly to the needed brightness. One of the things I like to do as well is once you set your stations, and you set your stations by clicking this left and right. Then what you do is you click and hold the station, the preset you want to set it for. And then what I do is I go menu, and then you can have it seek by presets, or just regular seek, or tune. Tune goes like the frequency by like two-digit increments. But I like to scroll by presets. That way when I click my joystick left and right, it will go to only my presets. The other thing is this RBDS. I always like to have that checked. That's like the radio broadcasting something or other, and what that does is it tells you, the station that you're on, and a lot of times it will have the song that's playing as well. It will tell you like the artist and the song that's being played as well if you have that checked. So always have that checked. I'm not sure why someone wouldn't have that checked. Alright guys, that's about it. So on my speakers, I like to have the music coming out of the speakers. My communication and prompts I like having coming through my speakers in my helmet. And I like to really use the AM FM radio, and I have my seek done by presets, so when I click left and right on the left stick, it just scans by presets only. And always have your phone synced to your system. A lot of people don't bother to sync it. Make sure you Bluetooth your phone to your system. That way you have both phone capability and you have the media capability as well. You can play your music via Bluetooth, completely wirelessly, which is really nice. If you have a Street Glide or a Road Glide, you're going to need to buy a cord, the media cord that gives you the female end of the headset. Either that or buy the wireless headset module, which I'm going to be going into in future videos here really soon. But a lot of people that buy Street Glides or Road Glides that have bought them in the last 4 model years don't realize that you can't even talk on the phone unless you have a headset and you have that female end. So make sure you get that as well.